They went from consummate strangers to caring half-sisters in one fell swoop. 35-year-olds Amy Missels and Emily Sinclair met by way of home DNA testing. Both are daughters of the same sperm donor, and each say discovering their biological dad was devastating, especially after being raised by fathers they loved.
I got physically ill. I threw up because it was so awful, and just thinking that my dad's not my dad and I'm not related to this wonderful person was just like, are you kidding me?
Emily had no idea that the man who raised her was not her biological father. In fact, had she and her husband not become curious about their heritage, she may have never known. They took a home DNA test through an ancestry website, the same kind Amy Missels took. Amy, already aware her biological father was a sperm donor, started receiving close relative match notifications.
And I saw Emily's name pop up and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. And then I contacted her.
Somewhat confused, Emily turned to her mom for clarity.
I had no clue. I was completely clueless. I call my mom every day, so I called her, and my mom's like, I'm gonna talk to your dad, and can we come over? Okay. And then it started to all click.
As it turns out, Emily's parents were having trouble conceiving, so they chose sperm donation to increase their chances of getting pregnant. It worked.
It was a pretty crazy discovery, but obviously we've come a long way and worked through it.
While Amy's mom came clean about her father when she turned 21, Amy says growing up, she always felt something was off concerning her dad.
I couldn't look at him and my mom and see how they got to me. I was having, trouble connecting, and I always felt like I would find somewhere that I would have like a sister or a brother that I didn't know about somewhere.
But even with all those doubts, learning your father is not really your father is, well,
kind of a bombshell that dropped on me. I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
The sisters learned they were born just months apart in 1983. Amy in January, Emily in March. And they've lived their entire lives in Phoenix, Arizona, without ever crossing paths until now. So, when they finally came face to face,
the minute we met, we kind of, just connected, felt comfortable enough to just hug each other right away.
Instant click. I don't even hesitate. It's like, oh yeah, Amy, my sister.
They do see lots of similarities between one another.
We're like talking about what foods we'd order, and we both decided that at Red Robin we get the Whiskey River Burger just because of the crispy onion. I'm like, they're the best thing ever.
We had the similar hairstyles. I always wore like a bob, like an angled bob, and so did she.
Emily has contacted their donor father, a doctor who's been living in New Zealand since the 1980s.
He confirmed there was no health history to be concerned with or anything like that. It was a very positive experience.
I haven't reached out to him yet because I'm still nervous about it. I'm still I don't know.
What both women do know is they've been made better by this experience.
I feel like I'm at the happiest point I could possibly be at, because now everything's out, everybody knows, and it feels great because we've gotten a lot of love and a lot of support.
It just kind of makes me appreciate the family as a whole, and it makes me want to kind of celebrate it.
Since beginning their process of discovery, the women have learned that their sperm donor father has produced at least 5 half-siblings in the Phoenix area.